Okay, I hit record.
Sorry if you hear me eating beef tips, everyone. I'm eating beef tips.
Okay.
That's all. I'm alerting the audience.
Thank you. Very kind of you. Meet 36.
Hello.
So, it turns out that home is an entirely abstract concept. A state of mind, if you will, rather than a literal physical construct that can make you feel one way or the other. Rosie's been gone long enough that her friends seem like strangers, entangled in relationship dynamics that she's obliquely excluded from, embroiled in petty feuds, obsessed with politics. Oh, do you want to know how those petty feuds and political obsessions turns out, by the way? I thought it was pretty obvious, but I'll say what's up anyway. Jane swept the election, of course. I told you I was going to win. After Jake's incoherent, scandalous heel turn at Carcat's ill-fated rally, no amount of esoteric, three-dimensional JPEG artifacts could have salvaged the Vantis campaign. Besides, Dave and Carcat now have other concerns, mainly that their BFF Jade has been in a coma for an entire month. They've been in and out of the hospital handling her affairs. Her next of kin is listed as John Egbert, and no one's seen him in ages. It's like he just disappeared suddenly, like some great hand came out of the sky and crossed his name off the big list of guys we ever need to give a shit about anymore. Jersey heard about Jade from a rather harried Kanaya, who's doubtlessly run ragged from the hot potato plot circles I've been setting her on for weeks to try to stop her from reading me the riot act for kidnapping her lovely wife. The woman is obviously hysterical and needs to chill the fuck out. I mean, she's hysterical because I've been specifically and deliberately causing her to be that way, sure. But still, she should be fine soon enough. It takes Terezi a couple days to work up the what, exactly? What is she supposed to be feeling right now? I'm not sure myself. Maybe I should take a minute to think about the thing you're supposed to feel when someone goes through whatever it is the hell she just went through. If I come up with any ideas, I could easily do her the favor of helping her feel it. Whatever it is she's supposed to feel, what she actually feels is empty. Colorless, dried up as she walks beneath a holographic billboard displaying Jane's glorious victory speech. The ceremony accompanying the speech is patently absurd, stuffed with so much pomp and circumstance that Terezi's nose can't make sense of what she's supposed to be looking at. It's all just light and color, signifying nothing. Her internal smelloscope is so discombobulated by the onslaught of pastry-themed floats, and Jane's tearful soliloquy on the legacy of responsibility she is about to inherit, that she mistakes the familiar figure standing in front of the hospital for someone else entirely.
Hey, cool kid, how's Jade doing?
Oh god. Roxy turns around and blinks in confusion. Rizzy blinks back. Kanaya had warned her that Roxy had been going through some changes, but this still takes her by surprise. So, in her defense, this was an honest mistake to make. Dave gets half of his genetics from Roxy after all, and since her big heart-to-heart about the personal politics of the queer onion metaphors and 10 stages of galaxy braining through the many vicissitudes of the phrase no homo, Roxy has decided to really step up her gender experimentation. I guess at this point she's gone beyond stage 10, which I imagine is somewhat like reaching Super Saiyan 2 of gender and then going even further beyond. She's got the Shades trademark, and now sports one of those sweep over hipster cuts Dave loves so much. Nothing ambiguous about this presentation, although if I'm being totally real, it's a bit derivative. Anyway, I can't complain too much about her decision to crib the Strider style, since, you know, she's family. Besides, I'm T-minus 10 hours from fucking off this gay earth forever. It's her life, her gender, her style. She can be whatever the fuck she wants. Roxy's whole face lights up when she sees Terezi.
Should I?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god, Terezi, I didn't know you were back. What's up? Oh, Roxy, Wait, I'm doing Carcat, I think.
What the fuck?
I can't remember how I do Terezi. Hold on a minute. Hey, cool kid! Oh, Roxy. Hi. I thought you were Dave. Oh, Lamau, that makes sense. I thought for a minute you were appreciating my rad new look, but I know I got a ways to go before I dethrone the original cool kid. No, you're very cool. In fact, I would probably venture that if we were judging coolness in a formal coolness contest judged by the pros, on a completely objective basis, you are actually about 1 billion times cooler than Dave. Wow, thanks. Which is a fact that seems so obvious that I've definitely knocked several ranks off my own personal coolness attribute by even saying it out loud, rather than allowing it to be assumed. Oh, no way. Seriously, you're like the raddest chick I know.
Trezzy's jaw tightens. She's not ready to hear any words that remind her of those few hours with John. Her hand goes to her pocket, where she's keeping the wallet. She traces the contours of it with her thumb and forces a smile.
If you say so. Yeah, I fucking do. So say. It really is just like, she's still drunk even though she's not drinking anymore. So say. Yeah, I fucking do say so. Don't make me repeat myself.
Roxy seems almost effusive despite the circumstance. An earthy, genuine effusiveness that lights her up from the inside. Trezzy's head is filled with stories about a different version of Roxy. The polar opposite of the one standing in front of her.
So, you here to see Jade, huh? Yeah, I heard what happened to her and I thought I should come. Well, you know.
Pay respects? No, that's dumb. Trezzy knows that's dumb. This is just emotion you go through. John would definitely want to be here, though, and technically Trezzy is taking him with her. He may be in her pocket, but lately she's been feeling more like he's under her skin. She hasn't told anyone what happened, but at least she knows she can look at him whenever she wants.
Yeah, it's looking grim. On one hand, she's just laying there, so there's not really a chance of her doing anything, either evil or heroic, to off herself permanently. But it's also been so long, it's like, is she gonna sleep forever? Sleeping forever definitely sounds like a Jade move to me. Yeah, well, I feel bad cracking jokes about it, but I think that's what she'd want, us having hope and all. Yes, where's Calliope? You two are still together? Right? Oh, God. Back when Jade first got all effed up, Callie saw something and it made them freak out. It took me weeks to convince them that it was safe to come home, but now we got the opposite problem and they aren't leaving the house at all. They stay home all day with the blinds drawn, painting some weird-ass shit on the walls. What? It's not as bad as it sounds, I promise. Some of it is, like, weird and violent. Like, lots of nasty purple blood and, nudity? Ugh. Yeah, yikes. But most of it is cute stuff, like various combos of all us being happy and getting married and shit. Anyway, that's kept Callie kind of busy. So it was hard as hell to convince them to let me come see Jade at all. It's like they're traumatized, and they think I'll drag whatever possessed Jade back into our home with me. Does Callie know what happened to Jade, then? Maybe, I don't know. I'm not gonna push him. Callie's got all kind of hung ups about their existence and purpose and potential lack thereof. When they're ready to talk about it, I want them to be able to talk about it, you know? Yes, it does sound like pushing them when they're vulnerable will just backfire.
Trezzy startles a bit when her phone buzzes. Who would even be messaging her now when the only person she ever talked to is currently dead in her other pocket? She's intrigued, but she thinks better of worrying about it. It'd be rude to look at her phone while she's in the middle of a conversation.
Oh, that reminds me. Have you seen John lately?
Trezzy's heart skips a beat. It's almost as if Roxy is the one reading her mind.
Why do you ask?
No one else has asked yet. Roxy gives a shrug. A conflicted look crosses her face, but I can't see past it. With the dead cherub out of the picture, the aura of void surrounding Roxy once again is impenetrable. Those baller shades aren't exactly improving my odds of reading her either. I'll say again what I've always felt about her on some level. Some riddles were never meant to be solved.
back to the medium a while ago, right? I thought maybe you and he crossed paths.
Terezi does not flinch. Her pleasant expression does not falter. She's good at the appearance of confidence even when racked with indecision and grief.
No, I haven't seen him. Oh, damn, that's too bad. Kelly and I have been worried. Kinda hoped he would come back. Or at least let us know what he's up to. Between this and what's going on with Jade, the lack of closure is gonna keep me up at night. I'm sorry. I wish I knew what to tell you. Hey, it's fine. You can't fix everyone's problems. I know.
Roxy pinches her lips together and examines Terezi over the rim of her sunglasses for a moment. Maybe, having watched her own friend groups suffer stress fractures recently, she understands the weight of those words uttered by this specific person. Because Terezi is a fixer, yet it has been a very difficult lesson for her to learn that some things are simply out of her control. Maybe it's just that Roxy can hear the bone-deep sorrow in her voice.
Oh my fucking god. It's him, you fucking oaf! What? Who you loudly whispering to? Oh, nobody.
Oh, my bad. Why not send him my regards? Tell him he makes a kick-ass hymn for me. It suits the hell out of him.
I'm not fucking telling him that.
Whatever was bothering Roxy, it passes quickly, and he says nothing about it. He puts his hand on Terezi's shoulder and gives it a warm clap. The fraternal kind, which a couple of solid dudes might exchange after having just broed out. It's convincing, actually, reasonably authentic and quite masculine. He's off to a great start exhibiting the mannerisms associated with his chosen gender. I'm genuinely proud of him. I hate
I should get going.
Why does Dirk need to be transphobic? Why?
So we can hate him more.
That's...
Okay, well, I should get going. It was nice catching up. Don't be a stranger, alright?
You can make characters hateable without doing this shit.
This is true, but don't others make you hate them more?
That's true.
Stranger than what? Well, Mal, you're a riot, but you know what I mean. Yeah. See you.
As soon as Roxy's gone, Terezi regrets lying to him about John. It's a hard secret to keep, but probably a harder one to reveal. Maybe it would have been better if she had run into Dave instead of Roxy. It would have been easier to confide something like that to Dave, wouldn't it? Well, maybe it would have been easier years ago in a different timeline. And even then, she messed that up, didn't she? But we can't beat ourselves up too much for our teen mistakes. Let alone the stuff we can't even remember, because it technically never even happened to us. We have enough to worry about as it is, right, Terezi?
Ugh!
I know you can hear me.
Of course I can hear you. I've been broadcasting your nonsense You've been broadcasting your nonsense at me non-stop since John zapped us back. I know that every member of your family, except the one I just had a pleasantly brief conversation with, is genetically incapable of shutting up. But can't you just let me be depressed in peace?
I feel depressed all the time, but I can't remember ever having the luxury of feeling peaceful about it. Why should it be different for anyone else?
What do you want?
Come on, Terezi. You don't belong here. You know you don't belong here.
And what the hell do you know? And what the hell do you know about where I belong? What do you know about what I know? Have we even had a single sustained conversation that lasted more than 10 minutes?
To be honest, I'm not sure if we've ever exchanged any words at all. But why should that matter? Here we both are. It's a beautiful day. You've got your dead boyfriend in your wallet, and we've managed to strike such a nice metatextual rapport. Hear me out. I know that you've always felt out of step here on Earthsea. I know that you could easily put on a brilliant act that would fool everyone. You could potentially do that for the rest of your life. But it will eat into you, hollow you out like a parasite, because you'll always refuse to allow yourself to be understood. You know you'll never be happy here, and neither will I, because this place isn't for people like us.
Dirk, I have no idea what you're talking about.
You'll see if you come with us. Hey, here's an idea. Why don't you bring him with you?
Him?
Yeah, you saved his body for a reason, right? Maybe it doesn't even have to be the end for him. Endings are kind of overrated anyway. I'll give you some time to think about it. My door is open, but not for long. And I do give her the time. I ease the throttle back a bit, just enough so that I'm not whispering directly into her ear when she slips the wallet out of her pocket. She clutches it so hard in her palm that she's digging dents into the leather and bites her lip. The gentle breeze is all she can hear. It's louder than my voice, and in some understated way, makes my case for me more persuasively. She knows I'm right.
I like that.
So that was a pretty good chapter. I'm taking off a whole point for a jerk being needlessly transphobic. 1 out of 2.
No. No, Slinky. No. 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 You don't need to hop on my lap. I can snuggle you while all 4 of your feet are on the floor. I promise. Yeah. I need it back.
Why is Tails trending?
Yeah.
I think people just happen to be talking a lot about Tails.
I mean, well, actually, no. Probably because of the Sonic movie.
Sonic movie came out 2 fucking months ago.
Yeah, but people are still talking about it.
No.
It's still relatively.
Whatever.
Sit.
Um.
See, this is what I meant by she was gonna bug me at least like 30 minutes before she's supposed to eat. She's like trying to annoy me. No, it's not time.
Chapter was good.
Wait, you have to wait. No. You have
Chapter was good.
to wait. Not time to have food yet. Not time. Hopping in my lap won't change it. You're not getting it. No. Gotta wait for 6:30. It's only 5:40. No. It's only 5:40. So long. Yes, 50 minutes.
Chapter was good. I
Yeah.
wasn't gone.
Apparently, there's an option to read from fucking the thing from. God damn it! There's an option to read text on. God damn it! Why can't I think? There's an option to read the text.
Come on, dude, use your brain.
There's an option to
Brain
read the text
power.
on Streamlabs from a file, and I don't know how that works.
What do you mean?
There's just a little clicker that says read from file.
Okay.
Where's my
I don't know what
Homestuck
that
phone?
means. What do you want it to do? Like, you want like a text-to-speech person to read something?
No, I just kind of was hoping that that I'd be able to somehow make the number go up without having to manually do it every time, but that's not realistic.
No. Well,
Okay.
no, it's not realistic. No. I mean, you could always take an image of your screen, take an image of the. This is so stupid. Take an image of your browser and where you are, and literally just like, just do this.
So Odd just fucking pinged me and said, now I'm a villain sounds like an extended version of the Nostalgia Critic theme. Fuck you, Odd. No, it doesn't. Hang on.
Just do that.
Hang on. Let me listen to the Nostalgia Critic theme, and I'm gonna listen to the fucking song.
Oh.
I'm listening to the Nostalgia Critic theme, and then I'm gonna listen to Now I'm a Villain. Okay, so 211. Fucking. I hate that I'm doing this. No, it doesn't. Fuck you.
Hey June, I heard that the 7th song in the album sounds like
The 7th song, you said?
yeah, this is the 7th song. I heard it sounds like frick, I don't know anything. I don't know anyone funny. Frick. It sounds like make a love.
Megalolania.
Oh, Megalomania?
Megalolania.
Are we Candy now?
Oh, whoops. No. You said you showed a picture of the fucking URL for Candy 36 and I don't know why.
Oh, I said that because you said you don't want to change the number. What I was saying is literally just like take an image of your browser.
Oh, okay.
Which
No,
would probably
I like
dumb.
the way I'm doing it better.
I mean, yeah.
I like for formatting purposes. Okay, so meet 37.
So now we have to die in your sleep
Wait a minute, is that
again.
I'm here.
Yeah.
You were really quiet and I wasn't sure if you were doing something with your dog.
No.
Meet,
I'm just trying to get her to shut the fuck up because she wants food and it's not time.
I want food. I just ate.
It's not fucking time.
meet,
It's 5:45 and you get it at 6:30. I know you heard me say the word, but you're not getting it. No. Now she's licking my feet. God damn it. No. Stop
Wow.
licking me. Stop. Stop it. Get up.
Licking your feet?
No. No. You will get kicked out so quick. I will kick you out. Right, that's
So
what
what?
you thought.
So dogs are allowed to lick your feet, but when freaking Gamgee does it, it's like suddenly a sin, like a
She's
cardinal
not allowed to
sin.
lick my feet.
Okay, so when we're done with this set, we're gonna go back to Candy and we're gonna finish it because the last chapter of Candy is 41, which is just one more chapter than our usual. And then,
Yeah.
when we come back here, we'll only have 3 chapters, I think, 4 chapters.
No.
Yeah, we're almost done. And also, meat's usually shorter.
Yeah.
And also, like, I'm dead, so you don't have to read any lines. Take a second nap. Good night.
I'm kicking you out. Get out then. You're gonna be an asshole, you can fucking leave! Bye! This happens every time I let her ass in. She only bugs me when she wants something. She doesn't love me. She just uses me.
Okay. So, meet 37.
Wow.
Hello. We make a quick stop back at Rose's apartment. She understandably wants to pack a few things before we leave this planet forever. Not a whole lot, mind you. It's not like she'll be needing many clothes from now on. Oh, come on. Can we keep our minds out of the gutter for more than 2 fucking seconds? That's not what I meant. She'll have to leave her current body soon if she's to survive the absolute realization of her ultimate self. The new body I've made for her won't have much use for her usual ensembles. That's all I was saying. Do you really need all of this crap? Rose is sprawled out on her bed, resting. Pretty much all she can bring herself to do these days, but in spite of her physically incapacitated state, her stare tracks me intently as I root through her belongings at her behest.
So, should I?
Whoever,
Or should Ranny?
I'll do
whoever wants to.
I'll do it. No, I don't. I don't need it. But I'd like to have it. Some of it. Just
Remember,
the
she's
important
sick.
things. What?
She's still fucking dying.
Currently, yes. But Dirk is apparently holding her together temporarily.
That's true.
So,
The
I don't know if she feels as bad as she did before.
That's
The
fair.
memories matter most.
We're going to make new memories. We have countless millennia ahead of us. The entire breadth of infinity. The past 7 years on this planet are cosmically irrelevant. When we get where we're going, you won't even want to remember this benign rock anymore. Rose opens her mouth to launch into what would surely lead to a belabored and cyclical argument. She doesn't have the strength. She groans instead. I know it frustrates her. It frustrates me too. That's why I want to get out of here as soon as possible. I let my voice soften. Rose, everything is going to be fine.
Oh my god.
But, Dad.
She pleads, affecting an exaggerated whine that sounds unintentionally authentic with how weak she is. Rose has really leaned into this particular line of irony, hamming it up with the dad jokes as if she derives some bizarre gratification from the fact of our relation. It's an apparently endless source of amusement to her. I don't get it, and I don't really care to speculate. I sigh and return to picking through her jewelry. The tactic fucking works on me, I guess. Is this the thing you were talking about? This rock rope?
You good?
Rock rope! This rock rope! Oh my god, he's so out of touch! He's so
Out of touch with what? Out of touch with what? Like Netflix. If it was like, what is this? Ooh, this is an iPhone. Oh, this is just like a touch rock. I'd be like, okay, fine. Necklaces have existed for billions of years, billions of years. So what the frick? Oh, what is this? Oh, this is a sword? No, this is a sharp tool.
It's a sharp.
Big knife. What the frick? Dark Strider.
I mean, do you think he's ever seen a necklace in his life?
Yes.
You know what? We can fucking go back and prove it if we really wanted to, but I don't want to right now.
Nah, me neither.
I don't think he's ever seen a necklace.
Alrighty, did you say your line?
Yes, I did.
Oh fuck.
So
Rose-
before you guys started bursting out.
Rose lifts
trying to be
herself up
quiet
barely
about
enough to see. The effort to do just that seems to take everything out of her. She collapses heavily after she gets a look at what I'm holding up, huffing in annoyance.
First of all, the word for that object is a necklace. Second
Can
of
you
all,
please get closer to your microphone?
Ah!
You're really quiet.
Shut up! I'm trying to do the Rose voice. Second of all, does that look purple to you? Don't patronize me while I'm dying.
I can't make heads or tails of any of this shit. It's a big pile of shiny garbage. If you're so concerned about it, why don't you come over here and pick out what you want to pack yourself? I expect at least an aggravated retort, but nothing comes. I glance back and see that her eyes have grown glassy and distant, like two round-cut amethysts. Her smile seems due less to fondness than stupefaction. Fucking goddamn it.
Stupefaction?
Stupefaction.
Stupefaction.
Stupefaction. Let me double check.
Stupefaction.
There would be an I in the center if it was stupefaction.
Stupefaction. The circles under her eyes are dark, and her head is cushioned on an arm bent beneath it. Keeping her eyes trained on me seems to be the only energy she's able to expend anymore. The omniscient sickness is wreaking havoc on her. I should hurry up. I'm glad I never had to feel whatever she's going through. Not everyone can be built like me. It just means I carry a greater responsibility to take care of those more fragile, especially the ones most important to me. I go through the motions of picking things out of her drawers, just grabbing stuff at random because, like I said, it doesn't matter. When she next speaks, it seems her mind has wandered. Her voice is as distant as her expression.
Are you sure Kanaya is going to be okay with this?
I slide a drawer shut and shove whatever it is I'm holding into the bag without looking. There's no need to worry about that.
How? How will we break it to her?
You're not well enough to stress over this. You should just let me handle it. I can make her understand. What's happening here is the best thing for everybody. She'll come to see that someday. Rose breathes in deeply and exhales. She allows herself to close her eyes and tries to forget these troubling thoughts of the wife she's about to leave. Speaking of which, Kanaya is on her way back to the apartment. She's blocks away, frantically running in the direction of this building. She's a pretty fast runner, but she'll have to run faster than that if she wants to bust in here and cause a scene before we go. She senses she isn't going to make it up here in time and slows to a stop. She takes a minute to consider how she's going to play this. She's beside herself with rage. Her phone is out, poised to call someone, probably me, but she needs to gather her thoughts and figure out what to say. She knows she's been played by now, she's sure of it. And so has to think of exactly what she can say to stop me from this, say to me to stop this from happening. Or if nothing else, delay it long enough to force a confrontation. At least, these are all the things she's telling herself right now. They're only thoughts after all, things she's decided she believes, after neurotically parsing certain patterns of behavior from me and her wife. I guess from her ignorant alien position, it's reasonable to be suspicious that something shady is going on. But is it really? Is she sure she's not misunderstanding something? She could have misread the signals or falsely assigned nefarious intent to a perfectly innocent series of events. As her breathing slows and her calm is gradually restored, suddenly she isn't so sure. Maybe she's gotten this all wrong. Wrong all along. If you want my take, I think she has gotten this wrong all along. That's right, Kanaya. You have been getting this all wrong since the very beginning. Your head is spinning with doubt now. Why are you running so fast? Why is your heart beating like this? You find a nearby bench on the sidewalk and sit down to really reflect on this. To question everything you've been getting so worked up over. The thing is, what you're suddenly questioning isn't so much about whether your suspicions that Rose and I have been sneaking around behind your back are wrong, per se. It's that you're starting to wonder if they're right. But you've been the one who was wrong to object. The revelation hits you like a kick in the chest. It's heavy, it hurts. But only for a moment. Then you find it's like a weight lifting off your shoulders to finally face the truth. If Rose has been spending more time with me than you, if she's realizing she resonates more with me due to our natural similarities and finds my presence more rewarding than yours, then what does that say about you, Kanaya? Doesn't it confirm what you've always suspected deep down? That as flattering as it was that someone like Rose would give you the time of day, and as nice as that made you feel for as long as she was willing to put up with you, the truth is, on some level, you always understood you were never good enough for her. Pale green tears are flowing down your face. You have no idea how long you've been crying. You just noticed only now because you finally decided to confront the harsh reality of your marriage. It was always an illusion. You put your face in your hands and sob. The catharsis is relieving, bittersweet. Years of insecurities melted away. You're finally free of this. Alone, yes, but free. And so is she. You love her with all your heart, and because of that, you genuinely want what's best for her. Whatever will make her happy. And knowing this, that truly all you ever hoped for was to help her be happy, be the person she could be, brings you comfort. It quells the grief into a dull ache, one that you'll be grateful to keep for the rest of your life, because it will always remind you of what you had with her. The tears have stopped flowing. Feel them drying on your face in the cool breeze. Your eyes are clear and focused. You know what you must do now. There is no crisis. There is nothing in which to intervene. Nothing to stop. You tap your phone and hold it up to your ear.
Rose. Rose, sweetheart.
Kanaya, I'm so...
Rose, it's okay. I know everything.
You do?
Yes. I understand what's going on now. I just want you to know how happy you made me.
Oh, Kanaya.
It won't be long. I just need to say a couple things. While I can. Before I get too emotional about this. I finally get it. I know you and he belong together. I really hope you will both be happy. Wherever you're going and whatever you decide to do, I will always be thinking of you. And be grateful for the life we had together.
I'll always remember you, Kanaya. Thank you so much for understanding. I don't know how to... I thought surely you would be...
Roses. 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 Oh yeah,
Roses?
baby.
Rose's turns! Rose's turns!
It's hers.
turns.
It's hers.
It's her turns.
It's her.
Rose's turns.
It's Rose's turns.
Rose's turns.
I just turned. My turns now.
Rose's turns. Her
I
face.
take.
Rose's turns her face into the bed to muffle her sobs. I'm holding the phone up to her ear. I move the phone quickly to allow the movement of her head.
It's fine, really, sweetheart. I love you.
That was my... Oh no, wait a minute, I'm confused. Never mind.
I know
I'm
my
sorry.
line, bitch!
I'm sorry, I got confused. I love you too.
Goodbye, Rose.
Before Kanaya hangs up, I quickly bring the phone up to my ear to say a few words. Hey Kanaya, thanks for getting in touch before we take off. We both really appreciate that.
Oh, sure.
I'll take very good care of her, I promise.
Thank you, Dirk.
Hey, one last thing. Before you head back into the brooding caverns or whatever, think you can do me a favor?
Of course.
You've probably heard by now that Jade is sick, in a coma or something. She's in the hospital.
Yes?
I've got an antidote for that, medicine of sorts. If you give it to her, it should wake her up almost immediately. I left it on the counter in your apartment. You can come pick it up and bring it to her at your leisure.
I see. Yes, I can do that.
Awesome. Well, later. I hang up and toss the phone on the floor. She'll be here soon enough, so it's time to wrap this up. Jesus fucking Christ, motorcycles!
Whoa!
Wow!
That almost sounded like an alarm for a second, like...
It appears there are some
God.
hooligans outside of my window as I'm trying to narrate.
It's me. It's me. I'm sorry.
I hang up and
Can't believe-
toss the phone on the floor. She'll be here soon, so it's time to wrap this up. Rose is exhausted, emotionally, physically, the works. She's nodding off but struggling to stay awake. She doesn't want to miss anything important, but there's nothing left to do here. There's no reason to put any more strain on her than necessary. I pull out a syringe full of the same stuff as usual. Worked wonders on Jake, then Jade. Should knock Rose out well enough for the long ride ahead. I inject it in her arm and her head drops down almost immediately. I pick her up and carry her like a sleeping princess. It slips my mind to bring along her bag of stuff. I walk to the sliding glass door, open it, and we fly away. Fuck this! Fuck
Yeah, like,
this!
what the fuck, Dirk?
It's well written. I like their dynamic, but I fucking hate where the story's going. It's just super manipulative. I think that this is how to write Dirk in a hateable way, effectively. I think this is how you make Dirk a proper piece of shit.
Yeah.
I like how
It is.
Dirk's holding the phone the whole
He
time.
honestly just doesn't give a shit about like anybody in this timeline or like Like, I think he knows that they're obviously real people, but at this point, with like the
He
perspective,
treats them like dolls, like he's always done to all of his friends.
yeah, he's just got a different kind of perspective now. That's like he doesn't care because at this point he's got such a like I am God kind of view that everybody else looks like peons. Yeah, everybody else looks like peons to him.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that a 1 out of 2. It was okay.
Part of me wonders if he'd be a better person if he didn't have this fucking God complex.
He would
But
be.
I think
That's
he would still.
That's the whole
I think
thing.
he'd still try to manipulate everything because he just loves to feel like he has control over shit in his life.
That's what I'm saying. I think that he doesn't need... I think that his arc should be around not needing that control. That was his fucking arc in Homestuck. That was his fucking character arc.
Hi everyone. My microphone was broken, and I was trying to add something, and you guys were ignoring it again.
I wasn't
Well, we
trying
didn't
to...
hear you.
I'm so sorry.
I know. I want to add. I do think Dirk still sees his friends as real people and friends. I know, even though he's manipulating, because whenever he talks about Roxy, he's like, "Oh, well, she's impenetrable." But the moment that we have the dead Calliope going and talking through everyone else, is the moment we can see her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does that make any sense? So
Yeah.
I know he knows, but I also think that he is being very megalomaniacal.
But megalomaniacal, yeah.
And
I think also
definitely does have a
maybe
god
it's not-
complex,
Oh,
which
God.
is kind of a problem because he is a god.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I think maybe it's less that he... Wait a minute.
Also, he's super
Whoops,
duper.
I need to
lucky,
rewrite...
believe me.
I need to remake some of these reviews. I accidentally did C instead
Why?
of M.
Also, like Dirk definitely wants to leave.
I think maybe a part of him like doesn't find any entertainment or any value in being able to control a story like this, but maybe he feels like he has to because that's just his power now. That's why he's trying to get out, is because he just doesn't see a point in being a narrator like this.
I was gonna
Like, yeah, maybe
yeah.
it's fun for a time, but it's not like there's no value to it. He doesn't see like a purpose in it.
Well,
But
his whole-
I wonder what he's going to do now.
His whole like goal is to keep a conflict within the story in order for himself to keep existing. But what his fucking lesson should be is that he doesn't need to be the center of anything in order to live a fulfilling life. He doesn't need to exist in this spotlight of canon.
Well,
Which,
maybe that's the
ironically,
thing. Maybe
is
he's
the same
like,
fucking lesson that Vriska needs to learn.
maybe it's like a really meta thing in which he knows if there's nothing that's going on, then technically the comic ends. You know, like if
The
there's
comic
nothing
ends,
left
but they
to
still
say.
live their lives, just like the epilogues. Or just
No,
like the
but maybe he
prologues.
knows he doesn't. Maybe he knows that he doesn't. You know what I mean?
How about this? How about this? If the story doesn't continue, Candy doesn't exist. Does that make any sense? If meat didn't exist, Candy wouldn't exist. Does that make any sense? If we have the more canon, if they're both not canon, but if we had the, how do I put this
Oh, I
into
think I
words?
get what you mean. Without canon, you can't
Without
drive
canon,
people
the
to
other
create.
the offshoots wouldn't exist.
Okay.
Yeah. The
That
only
makes
thing
sense.
that validates Candy is the fact that stuff from meat gets poured into it.
Holy shit, that's actually kind of a good metaphor. I hate how that works as a metaphor. That's
It wouldn't have mattered if everything from meat didn't get dumped into Candy. Like literally, like the Vriska from meat got dumped in there.
Yeah. So fucking. Wow, that's a really good metaphor. I did not expect that
metaphor.
kind of fucking like. I don't
It
know.
happens,
I didn't
it's not
expect that
metaphor.
kind of competency from the Homestuck Epilogues. I've been taught to know better.
I mean, we're also deriving it.
There's a certain message they're trying to derive from all of this, and like obviously there's a lot of shit that happens, but if you see everything for only the bad that there is, like obviously that's no way to live in general. But that's also, I think, the same thing that goes for the epilogue is seeing other messages, and there's still shit like the thing that happened with Gamza and Vriska that's absolutely abhorrent, but like I don't know, that's Homestuck.
Yeah.
That's Homestuck though.
Can I
Yeah.
eat all my fucking chicken sandwiches?
What happens that always happens in Homestuck that we just that everyone ends up hating.
Which honestly, that's life too. That's shit that happens in real life all the time. Shit that people absolutely hate. Like in calls between all of us, we say shit that is like, no, you didn't say that. I didn't hear that just now.
Yeah, like Daddy Dirk Strider. Like, nobody had to hear that.
There's a line coming up that Dirk says that I'm just really looking forward to getting to say, because it's one of like the most hilariously bad lines in this whole tome. I'm just looking really forward to that, and you're gonna love it too. Sure.
Are we about to be done with all this? Because I think it all ends at like chapter 40, right?
Chapter
Okay,
40.
41.
41, okay.
41 for Candy, 44 for Meat.
44 for me, okay.
Is 41? I don't remember if 41 is the postscript.
Is it? I can
Wait,
check.
are they still writing epilogue
Nope.
stuff?
No.
Oh, Meat does not end at 41.
Oh, 41 for Candy is the postscript.
Yeah, 44 is where it ends, and it is the postscript. Yes.
44 is also postscript.
44 is the last chapters of them are postscript. Yes.
So I think let's just go straight through to the. So let's get.
To 40.
We'll get to 40. We'll go over to Candy. I think it would be better to read the Candy postscript first because that's what we started streaming. We started with Candy, so we should finish with Candy. You know.
Also, I get to read stuff.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah,
I'll
it'd
even
be
let you
fun
read
if
the
I was
postscript.
Participating. Yeah.
Sorry, not
Okay.
let you read, but you know what I fucking meant.
Oh, you're starting to
Force
sound
me
like
to
Dirk
read.
for real.
Force me to read.
Maybe.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Don't we all have a little bit of Dirk Strider in our veins?
In our veins?
No, thank you. I'm okay with that.
I'm good.
Your loss. These are some prime jeans you're missing out on.
Yeah, them pants, them pants.
I'm good with the jeans that I got. You keep your shit away from me, thank you.
Alright, well, Epilogue 7, or whatever the fuck that means, Meat 38.
Wow.
But before we get completely out of Dodge, there's one more trifling matter I'd better take care of. It's a big day, but not one my dear brother-son and his irascible boy-wife seem to be relishing. Dave and Karkat are both squatting in a shameful bunker of defeat. All the curtains drawn shut so that the sunlight cannot
Oh, I'm
disturb.
gonna fucking tear those shades off! They're gonna be my fucking shades!
An atmosphere that was carefully cultivated to facilitate their sourpuss moping. The only illumination is emanating from the television screen, which broadcasts the bright and sunny scene of Jane's inauguration. She stands at a podium in front of a crowd of thousands of her adoring fans and subjects, belting out one killer speech. I wrote it, so you know it's good. But the mood in here is heavy. I think they've been coasting on denial for a while, but today is the day they have to finally accept that there are no takebacks, no do-overs. Jane is the president, and that's that. Karkat's all balled up on the couch as he stares hatefully at the televised production. He doesn't look up when Dave walks back into the room carrying 2 massive bottles of liquor.
Hey, wanna get drunk?
Huh?
Huh?
I went and got all this fucking booze.
You got booze?
Yeah, check it.
You actually went and got it! Like, you literally left the house and exchanged currency with a real live person to obtain alcohol?
Yeah, I walked into the boozy all pigeon-toed and embarrassed, like some fucking hooch noob. with all, like, yo, what's up? The most pathetic thing you got to drink yourself to death with?
The boozery?
Passed right by the box wine, the bagged wine, the shots they put in those little blister packs by the register, the wine in the little sippy cups with the disposable plastic straws like juice for fucking babies. I made the last one up. I don't actually know anything about alcohol. Anyway, 2 plastic soda bottles of vodka cooler seem to be about where we're at right now. I think that's what this is anyway. I don't really care as long as it gets the job done. I decided that I'm an alcoholic now.
I've always found inebriation to be distasteful, really. Never understood the personal appeal of it, and after seeing how indelicately its effects have touched the other members of our family, I can't help but feel like it's a waste of everybody's fucking time.
They switched. Roxy and Dave have switched.
Oh my god.
I'd have
He's getting
half
drunk
a mind
and
to tell him to dump it all in the sink if I weren't
Roxy
cutting it
stole
down
his
to the
gender.
wire as it is. But you know what? Go the fuck ahead, bro. Might help him ease those ridiculous inhibitions for once in his life. Slide the stick out of his ass. Maybe slide something else up there instead if you catch my drift. I don't want to get ahead of myself here. At this stage, anything could happen. Carcat sits beside his boy wife on the couch and sets the alcohol down on the table in front of him.
God!
He sinks heavily into the cushioning with a sigh.
Have you now?
feel like that's
Yeah.
more a response to me.
It's never too late to develop a substance abuse problem. I've been thinking about it for a while, and it seems like it's time for me to finally get on the wagon of not being on the wagon.
That's really great, Dave.
Thanks. Anyway, how's the inauguration? You're having a good time dwelling on every tiny little factor that cumulatively led to our electoral defeat, and how if just one thing had been different, it would have been us up there.
Ugh. You and I both know nothing mattered in that campaign but Jake's fucking speech.
Yeah, I mean, like, I just keep imagining what would have happened if that absurd Rube Goldberg machine of life ruining humiliation had been stopped by at any point. Maybe just being backstabbed by his endorsement alone was something we could have recovered from with some rigorous counter-campaigning. But what if I had been fast enough to cut him off before he'd even said anything? What if I hadn't accidentally fallen on him on the stage when I was rushing over there to stop him? What if he hadn't freaked out like I set off fireworks next to a NAM vet and started trying to fucking scrum me?
You started trying to what you? The fuck is Scrum? Explain. Hold on a minute.
Have you forgotten what scrum is?
Scrum. What is Scrum? Scrum is an agile process framework for managing complex knowledge work with an initial emphasis on software development. What? Explain. Elaborate. I can't remember. There's a lot of Homestuck things.
Someone else elaborate, because I can't explain good.
Who remembers what Scrum is?
I know a whole bunch of Homestuck stuff, but I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I remember it was a really early on thing. I'm only remembering...
Homestuck Scrum.
I'm only remembering...
Problem
it
solved.
Oh, okay.
It takes me to a
I
fucking
guess.
page. Pickle Inspector and Death are embroiled in an epic scrum. They duel in a match of wizard Sudoku. Death charges with his jousting
I think it just
scythe.
means fight. That's all we need to know.
Okay,
I
great.
I think you're maybe thinking of like, I'm thinking of one word, like Scrabble or Scuffle. Scuff.
Strife.
No, it says scrum.
It says Scrum, but I think what it's trying to say is the fuff.
No, it's a fucking Homestuck thing apparently. Because when I searched Homestuck Scrum,
That's problem
it
sleuth,
linked
not
me to
Homestuck.
Problem Sleuth.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a Homestuck word.
No, I'm remembering, like, scrum debate. I remember that.
Whatever.
Doesn't matter,
Anyway,
let's just go.
what if I just backed away from his punch with my legs like a normal person instead of warping the flow of time to escape, causing him to become so startled he shit his pants. What if I hadn't gotten so visibly grossed out by the smell that even the people watching it on TV could tell what had happened? What if we hadn't started sobbing when the audience in the front row started throwing up? What if we'd had better security and stopped that lady from running on stage during the fracas and announcing that Jake has been dodging paying child support for their 3 kids?
What?
What was the line?
It wasn't that bad.
You think?
Karkat falls into a vacant 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah, see, that's why I'm an alcoholic now. Want a drink?
I have sympathy, I really do. It's tough to devote so much time and effort to something, come so close to tasting victory, just have it snatched out of your grasp at the final instant. I might even feel bad about it in any other circumstance. But this was how things had to be. It's better this way. They know that. At least Karkat certainly does.
If I'm being perfectly fucking honest, I'm glad I lost. I never wanted to fucking win in the first place.
Dude, come on. Karkat.
Karkat. Hello?
Karkat.
Karkat?
Did his internet die?
Okay.
Karkat!
I think
I
his
will be
internet
Karkat
died.
now.
Karkat! Karkat! Karkat!
Yeah, I think he died.
I'm Karkat now, everyone. Hey guys, it's me, Karkat.
Here's my epic Karkat voice.
I know, I'm being serious. I'm not even doing some.
I can get like kind of a distant facsimile of Paul's Karkat, but I'll
Hello?
die if I try to.
Oh, thank God.
Oh,
I
you're
was gonna
back.
do
My internet cut out quick.
I know.
I was gonna do my Black Doom voice for Karkat the whole time. Thank God.
Do your Black Doom voice.
Okay, so
I'm being serious.
Oh right, I forgot that one's one of your genuine voices.
First place because I'm
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Next
time Gamesy shows up, you can do that.
Oh my god.
Please.
Wait, he's dead.
please.
Yes, exactly. Sure, I'll do that. I promise. I will do that.
Okay,
Wait,
so
that
I
brings me
had
to-
said
I'll do that.
before my internet cut out, I had said, if I'm being perfectly fucking honest, I'm glad I lost. I never wanted to fucking win in the first place.
No, we got that part. It's literally right after my line, you were just gone.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm being serious. I'm not even doing some sour grapes. I never wanted it in the first place because I'm a sore loser trying to delude myself into thinking I don't care sort of thing. Obviously I fucking care since now the planet is going to be completely ruined by this jumped up fascist dictator who has every intention of gradually genociding my species into non-existence before my very eyes. But I cannot fucking think of a single thing in the universe I wanted to do less than be the stupid fucking president. Thank you, human Obama.
Wait, was there a troll Obama?
I'm the fucking troll Obama, remember?
Karkat, we would have been so much more than Obama.
God damn if that wasn't the most romantic fucking thing I've ever heard. If Karkat had anything resembling a spine, he'd turn to Dave with those big, sparkling Shujo eyes and finally open his tsundere heart to consummating their painfully obvious and mutually reciprocated passion. But he doesn't, so he gives a non-committal little sniff and turns back to the inauguration instead. Obviously, I've got an agenda here. It's pretty clear to me what these guys want out of this relationship, despite the fact that both of them, being bottoms, evidently makes it impossible for them to pass whatever last ludicrous psychological obstacle stands between them and non-stop animalistic fucking. I've let it go on like this for long enough. These stooges clearly need some help. I could insist that they just fucking go for it already using the methods available to me. I'd rather not. There are certain boundaries I'm not inclined to cross, primarily in service to the emotional integrity of my friends' respective personal arcs. The little moments like these don't mean anything if they're coming from me, do they? As such, insistence isn't the tool I'd prefer. Persuasion is the one I reach for. And in a case like this, I can't imagine it's going to take that much. They fall into another silence that's more comfortable than it has any right to be. The crowd is really going nuts for Jane now since she's hit one of the best parts of my speech. She's just blasting the fuck off about how good the economy's going to get. I can feel Dave's teeth grinding all the way down to the narrative fabric of reality. Dave reaches out for the booze. It's past time to get wasted, he thinks. Karkat is starting to realize how much all of Dave's efforts mean to him. It's really welling up inside him now. He's so emotional about it that he can't help but say something.
Hey.
Dave stops with his arms outstretched. His gaze turns to meet Karkat's, but Karkat can't bear to hold the eye contact for long. Looking at Dave is like staring straight at the sun. He is awfully handsome, isn't he? Then again, crawling out of a primo gene pool does have its benefits.
Yeah, buddy, what's up? Hey, don't worry about it. You don't have to explain yourself to me. I get it. It makes sense. I'd always felt the same way, kind of. Like, about all my shit with Spurb and whatever. The reluctant hero's journey. That feeling when you're being dragged along to being a kind of guy everyone is saying you have to be, but you've never felt like there's any way you can really become. Where every second you feel so sick with your own self-doubt and fear you can't hear or to even imagine the future, and you think, why me? Even though you don't know it can't be anyone but you, and that's why you do it.
Yeah.
LOL.
I wasn't trying to explain myself, though. I just wanted to thank you.
Huh? For what?
Karkat's eyes drift from the TV to the floor. The slightest of smiles tugs at the corners of his mouth. He feels something warm inside his chest. Feels right. Something he needs to say.
For everything. Even if we didn't win, I'm glad we tried. I'm glad we went through this together.
Me too.
More than anything, You believe in me in a way nobody ever has before. More than I've ever been able to believe in myself. I've never really felt like this before.
But like what?
I mean, it's not like I've never had friends before, people I care about. But when people tell me they care about me, on some level it's hard for me to really buy it. They can list whatever justifications they have for liking me, and it all feels like bullshit. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? You can't really expect me to believe you seriously think this about me. There's no way you actually see me that way. You just feel bad for me. You're talking down to me like I'm some sort of pathetic wiggler who needs to be coddled. Or you're just imagining on whatever way you wish I would be. Some person who's better and smarter and stronger and kinder and more valuable than the person I really am. I can never understand why anyone I care about would ever waste their fucking time on me. But with you...
Karkat draws a breath and curls up on himself. His instinct is to pull back. He's fighting it now. He needs to see this one through to the end.
But with you, it makes sense, I guess. When you say something nice to me, I'm like, yeah? Okay? That's comprehensible. I see how you got from point A to point B. I can know you the way I do and think about who you are, and I can understand why you'd want someone like me beside you. I don't have to wonder what's missing. You're on my level, and I'm on yours. I believe that you see me in front of you the way I actually am, for better or worse, and still like me anyway. So even though it's still hard for me to believe in myself a lot of the time, I believe in you, so I don't need to.
So what you're saying is you believe in me who believes in you.
Dave, please.
Yeah, kind of. Fuck, man, that's kind of deep.
I know.
He just quoted fucking Gurren Lagann. Fuck you.
Frick.
So, yeah, that's what I've never really felt before, and I'm glad we're...
Come on, you're so close.
I'm glad you're my friend, Dave.
Oh, for the love of God. This was practically slapstick at this point. My friend, that was the most excruciatingly overblown and socially maladapted love confession I've ever had the displeasure of witnessing, including my own. And he still managed to fumble it into obscurity at the last moment. The guy was barreling in for an unimpeded touchdown and took a hard left straight into the friend zone. It's not like Dave is stupid. He's picking up on the subtext. It's just Karkat's cop-out that's filling him with doubt. It was a little too obviously sentimental. So obvious that maybe the friend thing was a deliberate warning. Maybe relationships aren't a thing that Karkat can really do. Maybe if Dave crossed the line, he'll ruin everything. Out of this excruciating liminal space. Something more than friendship, but not quite love, than nothing at all. I'd look Dave right in his mind's eye and tell him to cut it the fuck out. He wants it. You want it, just go for it, my man. It's now or never. I feel every brain cell in my immortal body begin to perish in real time. Dave, you cannot actually be that bad at this. How the hell are you walking around with my genes and still acting like this?
So?
Look, even you can manage to top this guy. You've got it easy, dude. He's gonna open up for you like you just rolled up on a Denny's at 3 a.m. with all the boys in a Groupon. You can do it right here on the couch if you want. Dave scrunches up his face a little like he's constipated. Okay, maybe I'm getting a bit worked up. I need to dial it back.
Is something wrong?
Huh, no. Sorry, I just had an absolutely insane train of thought that kind of sent me for a loop.
Oh, what?
No, it's extremely better that I don't tell you. I kind of forgot what we were talking about because it was so awful.
You were talking about Karkat's feelings? He just dropped some touching ass bomb about believing in you, believing in him or whatever. You should really get to the root of where this is all coming from.
Oh, right. Yeah. All that shit you said about us being friends and on the same level or whatever. Yeah, I feel the same way basically. Or like, well. Oh. Our car cat's busy.
Karkat dropped the remote, so it's gonna be a little while.
So we're gonna finish this page and then I'm gonna feed my dog.
The TV changed to like the alternative shopping channel, so Karkat has to look for the remote and change it back.
What?
I'm not sure that I like.
Go on.
I'm kind of getting the feeling that maybe there's a level to what we're thinking that isn't entirely coming across in words, and since we don't have the right words, we aren't getting to the right actions either.
What are you talking about?
Like, maybe we feel the same way about certain things, but what we're saying and what we're feeling, maybe those aren't exactly the same thing, and maybe we should...
We should what?
Maybe it's time to talk about that?
Well, I guess this is progress.
That?
Yeah, like, how when you say we're friends, what does that mean?
That we're friends?
Yeah, but is that it? Just friends?
Karkat looks like a deer caught in the headlights.
Oh my god. Of course not. You're my best friend.
Oh, I see.
I've literally been decapitated, and that was less unbearable than this. I don't understand it. I just want you to be happy, man. Why can't you make anything easy for yourself?
Well, okay then.
Whatever. I kind of don't have time for this shit. The gloves are coming off. The anime ninja training weights are history. It's time to get down to business. You look into Karkat's eyes. You see that twinkle? That's devotion. You unbelievably dense neutron star of dumb shit. Sparkling like a visit from your fairy fucking godmother. That shit is pure and true. A supernova of all your hopes and dreams swirling together like a radically effervescent kaleidoscope. of more hot boy peckers than you could ever imagine.
Dave?
But you aren't imagining any peckers other than the one right in front of you. Karkat's probably quite modest and feminine alien penis is the only one you've thought about in years. Suddenly, you can't even comprehend how it is you've gone so long without kissing him. I want to so badly. It would be so easy, and you know he wouldn't turn you away. We're moving on. We'll talk about it at the end.
Did you finish the paragraph?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Karkat,
You lift a trembling hand and slowly close the scant distance between you to brush your thumb against Karkat's cheek. He freezes in place, terrified. Karkat's lips part, his breath held. His eyes are wide with anticipation. He looks beautiful like this, you think. All you have to do is press your mouth to his, and he'll finally know he's yours. You start
He's trying to copy Calliope's thing with John and Terezi.
Oh my god.
You see that? Are you guys seeing that parallel?
I am. Fuck.
You start to lean in. Karkat closes his eyes and relaxes into your hand. He's ready. It's happening. It's fucking happening.
Wait. Fuck.
What? What are you doing? Oh my god. I'm throwing up my hands in the air in the middle of the other shit I'm doing just because this sucks just that much.
What's wrong? Did I do something?
No, I just can't. Shit. It just feels like...
It feels like nothing, Dave. Don't worry about it.
What the fuck is going on? This feels really off.
Huh?
IDK. I just keep having thoughts I know I'd never think.
Oh, come the fuck on. I'm going to have an aneurysm. He's hearing me, but not listening to me. This dude has a titanium grasp on his own born-again virginity that not even the literal hand of God can compel him to kiss his own goddamn boy wife.
Excuse you! That was you! That was you! You could have said the right thing and you didn't. What is that supposed to mean?
I have no idea. I'm sorry.
You're so mad at me. Oh. Dave pull.
Stream will end at some point.
Oh God. Dave pulls away. Karkat looks like he's about to throw up. I'm about to throw up, if I'm being perfectly honest. I don't know what to do at this point. He doesn't know it's me, but he's fighting my influence with every ounce of strength he's got. If I push any further, things could get messy. Epistemologically speaking, if I could try more of a backdoor approach and nudge them towards the sauce, but I don't know if even that would help at this stage, and my timetable for direct physical intervention is fairly limited. I take a deep breath and get myself under control. My light psychological intrusions may have only made things worse. Invested as I am in the outcome of this encounter, I know forcing their hand would be a mistake. If Dave passes that threshold of not his own will, it'd be a hollow victory anyway. There's nothing I can do but settle down, step it back, and trust my boy to bring it home. The gears are turning in Dave's head. He knows he stands at a precipice, and what he decides here could mean everything. Maybe that forced kiss seems wrong, but he knows what he feels doesn't. He can't deny that. He can't just forget the fact that when he went for it, Karkat wasn't pulling away. At the end of the day, he knows what the truth is. Really, he always has. So what are you going to do about it, Dave? This time it's really up to you. Dave meets Karkat's eyes in a rare moment of clarity. It's then, I think, that they both finally realize what's been obvious to everyone all along. With a measured motion, Dave pulls his shades off of his face. If Karkat was stunned before, he's even more stunned now. The privilege of a Strider Eye moment is about the most earth-shattering experience a young man will ever have in his life. For once, neither of them have anything stupid to say. All they have is an electric connection that is no longer possible to ignore. Dave brings his hand back up to Karkat's cheek in a gesture much more confident than the last. He's not rushing anything this time. He's only doing what feels right. Take it each second at a time. Karkat's tension begins to dissipate from his body in stages. His stiff shoulders drop. His guarded expression relaxes. And when he covers Dave's hand with his own, he's not shaking at all. Karkat helps Dave slip his hand from the side of his face around to cup the nape of his neck. It's a tender, steadying touch. Dave applies only the slightest of pressure to draw him forward, and Karkat follows his lead. They're so close that Dave can feel Karkat's shallow breath ghosting over his skin. Karkat's eyes are shimmering and wet as they flutter closed, moisture breading in his thick eyelashes. His tongue darts out to wet his lips. All that's left is just one more step, one final inch, and it's over. They both move to close the distance at the same time. It's a second where both of them freeze like that, still in the intimate contact. Nothing but the warmth of each other's bodies and the dawning realization of a significant boundary crossed. Dave draws in a sharp breath, lets his teeth part, and a little more, that's it. Yes! Wait, Dave, don't linger. Some lines of stress appear on his face. He's struggling with something. No, Dave, don't fucking do this. He's grinding his teeth and putting both hands up to his temples. Beads of sweat dot his brow. This is so fucking unreal. Holy shit. Dave, if you so much as...
Get the fuck out of my head and just let me do this myself. Dude, come here.
Oh my god, he just fucking... Wow. Dave lunges forward and kisses Karkat directly on the mouth. It's like a dam is burst. Neither of them could hold anything back now, even if they wanted to. It's like... God damn, I'm sorry. I'm blowing the description here. I'm missing a lot of good shit. It just caught me so off guard. Dave, my dude, I'm so proud of you. Okay, I can do this. I fucking need to do this justice. Cracks the motherfucking knuckles of a yaoi put and gets down to business. You know what? Nah. I'm not going to intercede with a single word further, and I won't let you either. I won't cheapen this beautiful moment with my base editorialization just to satisfy your voyeuristic curiosity. Frankly, I'm offended you would even expect me to. What they're getting up to here is nobody's business but theirs. Dave Cat is canon, and that's all there really is to say on the matter. Let's give these crazy lovebirds some privacy and move on.
Oh my god.
Holy shit! Good job, Dave!
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
that was pretty good. My review is feminine alien penis. 1.5 out of 2.
Okay, I gotta feed my dog, so
Okay.
I'll be
I
back.
didn't like it.
Why didn't you like it?
I didn't like it because I don't like people messing with other people's heads.
Oh,
You know
yeah,
what?
no,
That's
that's
fair.
true. Yeah, that's
No,
definitely
yeah,
true.
Definitely docking points for that. Because what the fuck, Dirk? First you're transphobic and now this.
I'm just gonna post this screenshot of my review in here.
Like I literally don't care about what characters get into what relationships, but I don't like
That's
that.
true. It shouldn't have been forced. I'll dock that 0.5. 1 out of 2 is more appropriate. All of these have been 1 out of 2.
I think I've said this
Anything
before,
that
but
involves Dirk, usually makes the score go down because he's
Mm.
just the worst right now.
What were you saying, Hadron?
I think I've said this before, but I don't ship. I don't do any of that. I
Yeah.
don't get any. I don't have any bearing on that. So like when I see this kind of stuff, I'm just like kind of uncomfortable. I don't mind if it's the characters getting paired together because they want to. That's fine. But when it's like mind stuff,
When it's forced.
Yeah.
yeah, it's uncomfortable. But that's me.
No,
I'm
that's
weird.
fair.
Yeah, weird. That's just a natural thought process. Like, this don't feel right.
Although I'm certain, from what I can see here, eventually they would have probably have said something about it.
They would have. It
They-
would have been like a much more slow and natural. But fucking
Yeah.
kind of forces hand.
It's like, nah, we gotta speed this process up. Hold on. It's freaking done. I can't believe it. We did it.
Close.
We got 5 chapters or so left of Candy, correct?
I think
So
so.
yeah.
6,
And
I
then-
think. Or
And then the rest of Meat is actually really short.
yeah.
Dang. Can't believe it. Homestuck. Red. Did. Wait a minute.
Hmm.
Volume 10 came out 4 years ago?
Yep. Exactly 4 years ago, actually.
Nope.
What?
Almost 4 years ago. It came
Almost?
out on 6/12.
Oh, I forgot about that.
The frick? Oh. Oh. Okay. Alright. Well.
Since we're waiting, I'm gonna turn my fan on. Because
Okay.
if we're not actually doing the fucking reading, it's so fucking hot in here, and I'm wearing nothing. I should actually put a bra
Why
on.
didn't you have that fan on in the first
Nothing?
place?
No, I have underwear on. I'm not that fucking
You have a-
gross. Huh?
Oh, okay.
You know, I have
Well,
underwear.
since we're not sharing any video, I'm actually wearing nothing.
Oh shit, nice.
Yeah, I actually don't have my skin on either.
Yeah, no,
Oh
that's what I
fuck!
thought.
Oh man, did you go? You gotta go the extra level and take the meat off.
No, we're reading that.
Oh, so we're reading your meat.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Over here in my bedroom, and I've got. I'm so excited about games to finally put them up after 4 fucking years.
What?
It's only cool as long as I'm in it, huh?
The Homestuck posters that they remember when What Pumpkin, the merch store, was doing their sale? before they closed.
Yeah, I bought a couple posters.
Yeah, I bought a few posters. I have never put any of them up except for the 4 land posters.
I'm the cool part.
And honestly, I really wish they would make land posters for the other 4 alpha kids. Honestly, maybe just for all of them. For every single one. Except the dances. Hi. Oh shit, I guess I have to turn the fucking fan off now. Because you guys said that it wouldn't show up in the audio, but when I played back audio where I had my fan on in the background, it was there.
Well, it's not there for us, but it's also like, yeah, that's the other thing is that through Discord, we don't have your microphone constantly on.
Yeah.
That's true, but I also have a noise gate on OBS too.
Okay.
I always have.
What are you doing? Yes,
Okay.
I see you, honey. No.
Man, I really
you
wish I
don't.
could unplug my tablet and carry it around me throughout my room. I would love to just walk around and read.
That would be nice.
Yeah. God, there are so many fucking upgrades I'd love to do with my room. If money was not a fucking option, I've decided right now, I would make my desk into a sitting standing hybrid where I could change the elevation. Oh god, that sounds like so much fucking money.
I just want to say, if money was not an option, you would have nothing. But if money was not an object, then you would be able to afford it. That's the way you're trying to work.
Okay, I get it. I'm being a fucking dumbass. Got it.
Please,
Not the dumb.
read.
Okay. Meet 39.
Hello.
Hello.
Ooh,
I'm
am I
inside Jake's
reading?
mansion.
Oh.
It's just as idiotically garish as the last time I saw it. There was once a time I swore I'd never set foot in here again. For various reasons I won't get into. Jake is the type of guy who makes you say stuff like that. But he's also the type who reminds you to never say never. Here I fucking am again in this useless dickhead's dime store McMansion. But only because I need one of his ships. Rose is still asleep from the drugs. I put her on that monstrous overstuffed velvet couch over there. My guy Squarewave is here too. I need his help today because there's a lot of cargo to wrangle. Squarewave is still around? That's like some big info that you gotta let us in on.
Where's the other one?
Dude.
Solwave.
Yeah.
Sawtooth is probably just fucking going on his own thing. You know
He's on
what?
his own
He's
adventure.
probably part of the revolution, honestly. I would expect that of Sawtooth.
Sawtooth is going on by himself. He's going on his own adventure. You don't actually know. They left him there in the medium.
That would be really fucking funny.
They left him there in the medium. He's just been doing nothing. Just chilling. He threw himself into the black hole for fun.
Wait a minute. What if he went to that other planet and Rose and Dirk get there and then he just pops out of the ground and he's like, "What's up?"
I'm already here. I'm already here. You can't do anything. I've already started Spurb 2. You guys don't even know. I've been here for freaking centuries. I don't know how I got here. Listen, I made a brother for myself, I made a sister, and I made a whole entire generation. It's all Sawtooth here, baby.
Yeah, you guys just landed on the wrong side of the planet. I got civilization that way.
Yeah. Anyways,
Who put
continue.
you on the planet? Okay. Oh, fuck, that looks so cool. Is that Hal in the background? Probably. Anyway. Here I fucking am again in this useless dickhead's dime store McMansion. Only because I need one of his ships. Rose is still asleep from the drugs. I put her on that monstrous, overstuffed velvet couch over there. My guy Squarewave is here too. I need his help today because there's a lot of cargo to wrangle. He's wheeling something around on a hand truck. Something about the height of Rose, roughly rose-shaped, wrapped in a cloth. I know she's gonna love it the first time she sees it. But the only way she'll be able to do that is when she's awake and looking in a mirror. Jake owns Skynet, a company which, among many other things, manufactures spaceships. They do a stiff business selling these rigs, especially with all the new military contracts the Crocker administration has been handing out. If it weren't for his connection to a good supply of goddammit, I'm getting another interruption. I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna lose my mind. I have the window open because it's really hot in here, and I can't turn on the fan or it's gonna get on my mic audio. Cut me some slack. Anyway. Jake owns Skynet, a company which, among many other things, Jesus Christ. Manufactures spaceships. They do a stiff business selling these rigs, especially with all the new military contracts the Crocker administration has been handing out. If it weren't for his connection to a good supply of quality StarCraft, I'm honestly not sure I'd even bother stopping by before leaving. I'd have to think about it. Yeah, we're friends, I suppose, but there really isn't much I have to say to this guy anymore. But as long as I'm here, I have to confess I've been mulling over a few choice remarks to let him chew on while I'm gone. I didn't tell him I'd be coming. That would be a scene. He'd prepare too much, roll out the red carpet, so to speak, suggest plans, stammer nervously, throw on something a bit more skin-hugging than usual. I may have already mentioned it, but I'm a bit too deft at this for my own good. Doing the thing where I tug at the part of someone's latent thought process that already knows they adore me. That if someone would just pull the stops from their sense of inhibition, they'd realize they would do anything for me. Though I could be overselling my methods of persuasion while shortchanging my natural aura of charisma and dashing good looks. Maybe I'm just that fucking charming? There are times when I actually do manage to underestimate my positive qualities, believe it or not. Normally, corralling Jake's attention is like greasing up your whole naked body and tackling a shrieking hog on rocket skates. There was always a part of his mind that was conflicted about me, intrigued, titillated, wary, but now he's just plain obsessed. That wasn't really what I was going for, but hey, with political warfare comes collateral damage. It's harmless enough anyway. It's not like I gave him a sick car or anything that would hurt his value as a priceless section. Fuck. It's not like I gave him a sick scar or anything that would hurt his value as a priceless sexual commodity. The only thing affected was his brain. It's a bit like if someone hacked a comment section. Who gives a shit? Oh, the line is here.
Dick!
I glance up the stairs where he's standing on the precipice overlooking the foyer. Yeah, he definitely wasn't expecting company. He's completely nude except for a pair of boxers with a pattern of green skulls, pistols, and some shapes that maybe are supposed to be pot leaves. He blunders down the stairs at top speed, runs over and gives me a bro hug, making my spine pop. God, he's so fucking strong. I hate that the brief feeling of being crushed by this oaf makes my dick twitch slightly. Hey, Jake.
Well, isn't this a heap of shillogs and shamrocks? I had no idea you had plans to visit my humble abode. To swing about the old manor du chez Ingles, as they say.
That's 3 different fucking languages.
So what brings you here, pal? I seem to recall the last time we were bumming about the Rumpus Cabana, you swore some sort of blood oath you'd never set foot in here again with one of your customary dramatic flourishes.
Yeah, well, I meant it at the time. Let's leave it at that.
Okie dokie. Gosh, it's so good to see you. So good.
He's gently stroking the side of my arm now, making no effort to disguise his interest in the contours of my muscles. I use that arm to put a hand on his shoulder in an affable way, so that he's forced to stop. Listen, man. Got a spare spaceship lying around? We're going on a trip. I nod over in the direction of the couch. Jake's eyebrows shoot up.
Oh, I didn't even notice Rose there. Wow, she looks really zonked. Bad hangover, I presume. Hold the phone, wasn't she supposed to be off the sauce? Or is that not a thing anymore?
It's not a hangover, she's just tired. Can you help us out?
Of course, mate. I've got frickin' scads of the things lying around. Frickin' scads? Okay. Prototypes. Top secret experimental models. Galaxy-class ball busters. Dog-eared for the white shirts of the government. They pay some tidy coin for all this industrial military what's-it,
I'm gritting my teeth, focusing on breathing steadily. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Anything, really. Something fast.
Fast? We could do fast.
Fast!
He scurries over to a new money-looking baroque antique cabinet, his ample junk swinging about in his loose boxers, free as a jaybird. He opens a small door and rifles through a stack of stray papers and capture log cards.
Here's one. Ought to do splendidly.
Thanks, bro. I take it. We're almost through this little dirty bit of business. I know there's more, though. There always is with him. In fact, here it comes. I can smell it a mile away. I know exactly what he's about to say, and the buoyant obliviousness with which he'll say it.
So, where are we going?
Yeah, I thought this misunderstanding might happen. My bad. I didn't clear that up. I wasn't that clear up front. We aren't going anywhere. It's just me and Rose on this trip.
Oh, I see. Well, when you live the married life, I suppose from time to time one must get away from the old ball and chain one way or another. So it's a stag night of sorts, in space, with a gay girl instead of a fella. And not me.
Yes. Jake falls quiet for a moment as his pitiful pea-brain struggles to process this shocking information.
Gadzooks. Well, say no more then. So, how long will you be away? Does Kanaya know about all of these shenanigans?
Yes, we've discussed it. She's okay with it.
Phew, good to see there's no trouble in paradise. They've always had the most lovely marriage. On the other hand, you know how those dames can be. Rawr.
He shakes his fist to demonstrate whatever bad point he's making.
There are times, let me tell you, how I feel like I dodged a bullet by not jumping the matrimonial broom with Jane. I love her to death, but obviously I'd do fucking anything for her, especially now that she's El Presidente. Cripes. Ooh, boy, sometimes I can hardly believe how that sounds, but it sure is what happened, isn't it? Hardly thanks to a humdinger of a speech by yours truly, but, oh, wow, never mind that, old saw. What I'm saying is, I don't know what I'm saying. We guys need to stick together sometimes and live our lives and not, well, play such ornamental roles in the lives of our important and powerful womanly counterparts dear to us, though they be. I think maybe I'm saying we should hang out more, Dirk. No pressure, I mean. When you get back from your extraterrestrial camping trip, of course. When did you say you were coming back?
He's sweating, more nervous than I've ever seen him before. Stammering, desperate. I need to be brutally direct with this poor guy. Enough's enough. I won't be coming back, Jake. His mouth is hanging open, not a shred of restraint in his crestfallen posture. But he needs to hear this. All of it.
Like, wait, you aren't...
Coming back. Ever.
Ever?
Yeah.
But... I don't... Why, Dirk?
The tears are starting to come. His composure is breaking. He's staring intently at my face, as if trying to drink in every precious moment of what he knows in his heart will be the very last time we ever see each other. He takes in every drop of light reflecting from my beautiful face, the sculpted cheekbones, the warrior's eyebrows, the deadly serious yet exquisitely kissable mouth. This is the face he lives for now, a visage that, in mere minutes, will vanish from his face forever.
It was like...
Tears drop. His voice cracks.
Please. Please take me with you, Dirk.
I can't do that, Jake. It's not within the parameters of the mission.
But... What mission? I can't do this alone, Dirk. This life, this whatever is happening now, whatever is expected of me, I can't do it. Not without you.
You're going to have to, man. Jane needs you now more than ever. She has a tough road ahead. It's hard running a planet, but she'll whip it into shape. I trust her, and so should you.
But
She needs you at her side. If all goes well, she'll rule Earthsea for millions of years, and you'll be critical to that reign.
I don't know what to do, Dirk. I don't know how to help someone rule. I wouldn't know the first thing about strategy or advising a policy or...
I almost burst out laughing, but I managed to control myself. Jake, nobody wants you to do any of that. Well, I know Jane sure doesn't.
Then what?
You'll just be, you know, her candy boy.
Candy boy?
Yeah, being on call. Serving a multi-million-year term of giving her the right kind of presidential action she needs to keep going, to keep her morale up and such. Provide her with many heirs. Doesn't that sound cool?
Heirs?
Yeah, like kids. A lot of them. Think about it, you could have thousands of kids. They'll all grow old and die because they aren't god tiers like both of you are. You just keep having more. Sounds pretty badass to me. Like getting to live through your entire future family tree. To watch your own endlessly branching dynasty flourish. I'm almost a little jealous.
No! That sounds dreadful! Dad, please!
I glance at a clock on the wall. This needs to end soon. There are a lot of important things still to be done, and this sure isn't one of them. Time to man up, Jake. This is what your life is now. It's only bad if you treat it this way. It's actually fantastic. Someday you'll get it.
No, Dirk, I can't bear to let you go. You've meant so much to me my whole life. I probably did a bad job of showing that because I'm such a shitty, blubbering, fucking numbnut idiot. You don't think I know I'm a fucking bonehead who no one respects? But you're all I have to keep me anchored to any feeling of true self-worth I ever had. You taught me so much. Remember the old days in Spurb, Dick? Those days where the absolute bee's knees. Jesus Christopher Clockcock, Dirk, Clowncock. You taught me about combat, philosophy, life, love, Dirk. I'm so bad with feelings. I never said it when we were together, but I love you, Dirk. I love you. There, I said it. I love you. I've never loved anyone so much in my whole life.
He waits a second for a response, but my face doesn't move a muscle. He won't dare waste this momentum, though. He threw in the penny. Here comes the pound.
Dirk, I'm begging you. Just take me with you. It's fine. You don't have to love me. I'm okay with that. Whatever you want. I just need to be with you. Near you. Anything. I can't stay here. Please, not without you. I want to be anywhere but here as long as it's with you.
He explodes into tears, a slopping volcanic eruption of mucus, ugly noises, and the tatters of a barred soul. He begins slumping to the ground, but I grab his shoulders roughly and lift him up with a violent jerk. I look into his eyes furiously. My glare is incinerating. It halts his infantile wailing like a cranky baby somewhere just got tossed into the vacuum of space. He's scared, no, terrified, of being left with no one who truly cares for him, of the magnitude of his raw, perilously unearthed feelings. But most of all, right here, right now, he's terrified of me. I pull him close with all my strength. Flush to my body, wrap my arms around him to cradle the back of his head in my calloused palm, and I kiss him. It's the softest kiss I've ever given, My lips yield in
Get
a
closer
way
to your mic
that
for
feels
this!
to him impossibly, miraculously forgiving. Like cannonballing into a frozen lake, only to discover it's not frozen at all. It's not even water. It's a sheet of 1,000 layers of silk. It's a pool of 1,000,000,000,000 discrete, tiny shimmering beads of chilled mercury. It's the final gentle exhale of the most beautiful symphony ever played. It's the soothing, mythically rumored oasis where the satyrs and nymphs once took pleasure and together forged the very concept of comfort we understand today. It lasts a fleeting moment. 2 ticks of the clock over there. 2 ticks longer than anyone will ever kiss him like that again. 2 ticks longer than he ever deserved. I move my hands up to his face, with my palms on his wet cheeks. I gently push his head about 6 inches away from my face and say, "I'm sorry, Jake, but I'll never let you break my heart again." Abruptly, I turn and walk to the couch. I pick up Rose, not at Squarewave. He springs into action, pushing the hand truck out the door. Without looking back, I follow and slam the door behind me.
Damn.
Jesus.
So what do we all think?
I think that was his ultimate revenge because honestly, like, Jake was going to endorse Carcat, and so he took his revenge right when Jake decided to make that decision of his own will. You know what I mean? Like, Callio didn't force him to make that decision. Jake decided it. And so I think in that way, that's how he broke his heart, and he ended it after that.
Yeah.
So a part of him was really actually hurt when Jake made that choice. And a part of him knows it wasn't Callio, like, twisting his mind. She didn't have to do any persuading.
I'm gonna give that
What is this?
another 1 out of 2. These are all just kind of 1 out of 2s.
Mostly because Dirk's in them.
I love.
Yeah.
Fuck you. You're really complaining about me?
Yes, because you're an awful person in these.
Fuck off.
You can't deny that. You know I'm right. He's an awful
You
person
see,
in these.
You
Oh,
can
no, he
tell,
is.
You can tell in this that he is an amateur. He is the amateur hour.
He is the amateur hour.
He's really good. He's really good at making large scale, like, situations play out. But when it comes to simple, small scale stuff, it is impossible for him to make things happen. Like,
Yeah.
he's like a hammer, but he's not a spoon.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, he's like a shovel, not a spoon.
Okay, there you go.
He's like he's like a huge ice pick and not like a small knife pick for ice sculpting. He's like a hand for sculpting clay and not like a sculpting knife. He can make big things happen, but when it comes to tiny sculpting, he's bad. He's bad.
I just posted my review in the chat.
Okay.
I think that was pretty
Dang,
good.
he can't.
God. Okay.
So what I've learned here is Jake can't do this alone, even though he is strong.
I can't
Right.
do this alone, even though I'm strong. Need something more than me, someone to take me to victory. Okay. I hear clicking.
Not me.
Type into Chad
Oh, okay.
because he wants to know about movie day because we were gonna do that after this.
40,
Years old.
just like John.
Yeah.
Old man. I can't wait for when we get into Homestuck 2, where it also time skips 20 years into the future, and they're all 60 years old.
God.
They want to go to sleep. They're old men.
They don't
Yeah.
age.
Sure, they don't age, I guess.
They don't age. It's 20 years later, but they don't age.
You know, why the frick now I think about it, we go and see those images of people walking around that you posted from Homestuck 2. How come they look like the kids, like normally? Where are the people who have like no faces and big noses or lips only? Like the adults. What the frick?
Well, technically, they don't age. So they're never gonna look like that.
No. I mean normal people. Normal people. People who are absolutely normal.
The fuck is normal?
Not me.
Not
There's no such thing as normal in
Okay.
Homestuck.
Are you calling John normal?
abnormal is not aging. How about that?
Exactly, they're not aging.
Okay, random people on the street are aging, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then why don't we see people without a face?
Yeah, why doesn't Karkat not have a face?
Yeah, that's what's actually gonna happen. They're gonna zoom out and he's gonna.
Well,
Yeah.
technically they have
Yes.
done that because we haven't seen him. We haven't
Yeah.
seen him.
It's a silhouette and like a super close up.
For all we know, he does only have a nose now. Actually,
got
did
the nose
trolls
in the
even
eye.
have a nose anyway? Like, I
Yeah.
guess Terezi has one.
Yes.
I don't know, it's weird to think of him with a nose.
So wait, maybe Trezzy's the only one with a nose.
Oh my god.
maybe it's that kind of limitation, where it's like only some trolls are born with noses.
Didn't
That'd be
Solak
weird.
also take some lessons from Terezi because he went blind?
Yeah, he did.
So, so maybe he has a nose.
He had to grow it.
He had to grow his nose.
Don't worry about it.
Can't believe we're here. Oh my
More
goodness.
Need to read
Uh,
this.
more Jake getting told that he needs to make a bunch of babies and be happy. I know a lot of people don't like Jake.
I used to not like Jake, but in the past year I've come to appreciate him more.
I always liked it.
I always hated him, but now I feel indifferent.
I didn't really care for him. He wasn't like my favorite, but I didn't hate him. He just wasn't my kind of character.
I always saw him as super duper oblivious, and then by the end of Homestuck, he got like the really short end of the stick. Like the really, like he was continuously getting told that he needs to be this way, he needs to unlock his unlimited potential, and stuff like that. And like, yeah, he wasn't like the best person in the world, sure, but like, holy frick. All because he has those fancy hope powers. He needs to be exactly like this, or he needs to have a billion babies. That's freaking messed up. And
Oh,
like
of
even in the
course.
story, like yeah.
I
But-
agree.
But by the end of it, I mean by Homestuck 2, he's basically he's in a pretty safe situation, so if he's being dumb, then he's being dumb.
Alright, let's go.
Fucking birds outside my window?
Meets 40.
Hello?
Hello. Kanaya Miriam is single and ready to mingle. Alright, not really, but she's coping admirably with the sudden departure of her beloved spouse. She's doing her best not to think about it. That's how you get past something. Just put it out of your mind, train your thoughts on a hopeful future, and stop dwelling on the many little micro failures in your past that all added up to a doomed marriage. She's looking directly ahead, chin up, taking firm, confident strides. Heels of her designer shoes click loudly on the hospital linoleum. She grips the antidote I left for her with both hands as she scans the hall for the room number she got from the front desk. She hears Roxy's voice before she sees the number and follows the sound. She enters the room. There's Jade, as still as a corpse, propped up slightly in her bed as the adjacent heart monitor beeps gently. Roxy is sitting next to her in a chair, still looking every bit the slick and cool dude he's presenting as these days. Nice. There's nobody else in the room. I guess he was talking to Jade. That's very kind, but she can't hear you, Roxy. She'll be able to soon enough, though. And when she does, you'll probably want to be the one listening to what she has to say.
Oh, hey.
Hello. How is she?
Sleeping. I don't know.
Yes, I see. I brought this.
What's that?
Kanaya pops the cap of the EpiPen-style delivery mechanism for the antidote and jabs it into Jade's arm. Her hands twitch a bit, and her body begins to stir. Her mouth opens a crack and lets out a barely audible whimper. She opens her eyes quite wide suddenly. Her bright green irises dart around the room, trying to solve the riddle of her present location. Roxy peers intently through his shades to get a better look. They're Jade's same old eyes, playful, intelligent. They seem different somehow. Those eyes that have been so much more than they had
These
the
eyes.
last. Huh?
These are eyes.
Yeah. Oh, these are eyes that have seen so much more than they had the last time they were open.
Jade! Oh my god, Jade, you're awake! How you feeling?
Jade stares at Roxy. If she mistakes him for Dave, it isn't for long. She hears the beeping next to her, glances out the window. This is a hospital room. She understands now. Her mind races, sifting through the overwhelming amount of information that became available to her the moment her trance began. The scope of her awareness, she now understands, is truly staggering. Memories are suddenly accessible that are almost impossible to believe. Some of them are unspeakably marvelous to her, others deeply disturbing. No, more than just disturbing. She lingers in the dark recesses of her consciousness. There were things she saw, things she was told. Her mouth twists into a silent snarl. She's been angry plenty of times before, but never so angry that she stopped being cute. She's not cute this time. She starts breathing harder, belligerently pushing the air from her nostrils. The beeping doubles its pace. Her eyes are wild, no longer sizing up the room, but calculating the true extent of turbulent rage coursing through her body. Her brow creases sharply, and her nose wrinkles as her upper lip rises and quivers. And then it hits her. She knows exactly why she's feeling this way. She bolts upright from her bed and shouts,
Dirk Strider has to be stopped.
Damn.
pretty good.
Let's get it!
Angie.
Oh!
I'm gonna give that 2
Back
out
to
of 2.
candy.
Okay, we're gonna take a small break because
Okay.
I need to pull in the trash cans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I just want to sit in here with the fan on for a minute because God, it's so fucking hot.
No need to sit in here with a fan and we're already reading it.
Since you're gonna take the cans out, I'm gonna go refill my drink. I'll be right back.
No, I'm bringing them in.
You know what I mean.
Okay, I'm just saying you were wrong.
Huh. We just got another Sonic music album.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's music that we've heard, but I don't know what it is. Because it's brand new. I will post it. You can buy it for 2,400 yen. So, I have...
Not on Spotify, so
Oh, it is?
yeah.
Is it
I'm saying it's not on Spotify. Sorry.
Yeah, because it's freaking brand new. It's freaking
Yeah, it takes a while to get to streaming services. Yeah. Yeah, so it was a 1.5 out of 2, which is fine. I'm gonna be back.